Welcome to Narrowboat the James Built. Hope you're well. Thanks for joining me. I've got myself a bundle of different tapes here, and I'm now going to tape out my galley and dinette plans and design actually on the floor using tape. It's a good way to kind of visualise how it's going to be. But essentially, we've got the return companionway coming in here on starboard. Here's going to be electrics panel on port. This is going to be kind of galley up to here, up to the hatch, up to Graham's hatch, and then this side here is going to be another work surface coming up here. It's going to kind of stretch across there and end where that window is. So that's kind of the broad plans. I've got them all written down, but I'm going to now lay it all out and talk you through it. Okay, here is the galley design. That is the diesel stove. Well, obviously it's not, but that's going to be the position of it. The idea is kind of a fairly generous walkway. The appliances I've got will fit within these. This is 55 centimetres from the outside, so it is obviously the outside of that line is the edge of the thing. So it's kind of, there's a wider walkway than there is cupboards, which is gives kind of more of an illusion of space. Obviously the worktop will overhang slightly on that. Now I'm also thinking about doing these all in curves, which kind of will make it look nicer, but creates a bit of a headache when it comes to cabinetry, but I'll come on to that. This one here, so there's kind of a few different things you can do with the curves. You can either have it a curve going out like that and just kind of taking off that angle, or you can have a curve going this way, so it kind of has a double curve in it, which if this one did the same, then it'd kind of make it look, well, you know what I mean. Right, anyway, now I've got to mark up where all the appliances are going to go. It's a very worthwhile exercise doing this, because I've written them all out on paper 100 times, all these plans and measurements, but it's only when you kind of put them down on the floor you kind of see it for what it is. So the broad plan is that is going to be an oven under there and then a hobs on top. That's a 60 by 60, so that's kind of the largest size I could get. I'm probably going to get something smaller though. That is the washing machine. I knew there'd be a void space between those two, which isn't the end of the world because there's a bit of gubbins from the washing machine. I'm going to need a gulper and all the pipe work and stuff, so that there is going to be an element of kind of space needed for that. And then that is going to be the slimline dishwasher, and then there was going to be kind of shelves there. So that's kind of the broad plan for it, but I've kind of seen it now and thinking, well, behind there that's going to be the fireplace there, so there's going to be basically nothing there. That I can make some kind of shelving thing out of. That's pretty much a waste of space. That's just shelving. So it's not, bloody hell, they're going fast. It's not a, so what I'm thinking now basically is shimmying this around a bit. The other problem I've got with the dishwasher is opening it. So the one I've seen, or the one I'm looking at getting, it's got a door height of 75, which is not far off what this is. So if it be higher up like that, I'd only be able to really open it to there, which means I'm not going to get stuff out of it particularly easily. So I'm thinking that is now going to go there, because then I've got full height to open it all the way down here. It could go underneath there. I could raise the step up by a couple of centimetres and get it up there possibly, because then I've got the whole kind of gangway to do it in. So I'm kind of open to ideas on that, but I did want to kind of keep that fairly open for the any extra batteries or kind of capacity increase of power required. So I prefer the dishwasher to be there. Mapping out on the floor has helped me reach a conclusion, and that conclusion is to get rid of the dishwasher. In fairness, I was looking for an excuse because of energy consumption and cost of the actual appliance. I didn't really, well, I was kind of in two minds, and now the fact I can't open the bloody thing means that it's kind of, you know, one less thing to worry about. I could put it on that side and open it there, but that means that this would have to come out so much further that it's just not going to look right. So the other advantage of doing this means that in the galley means I only have two appliances or two things which will emit water. One is the washing machine, the other one is going to be the sink, and that means they can share a skin fitting. So I can put the washing machine over there, the sink over there underneath the window, which is about right, and then I can shimmy this something else up, put the fridge over there, and then I've got a big kind of, I can utilise that space again in a cupboard. So if you can imagine shelves in the cupboard occupying all that space. So that will be the way to go. Right, here it is. So oven and hobs here, that's going to be a big cupboard, kind of shelves or whatever. That is most likely to be a cupboard as well, and those are going to be shelves. So, you know, when I'm navigating or wherever, or things I just need to quickly reach or whatever, that'd be quite useful for that. And that is going to be the washing machine, because at the top here is where all the kind of the pipes and gubbins are. So that's going to, it just kind of fits in there at the back. So that's 50, the actual machine's 45, but it allows a bit of tolerance there. And it means I might be able to shimmy it back a little bit, but it'll be more room at the top for the pipe work, so that'd be good. That cupboard there means I'll be able to get into that space there. Fridge is going to go underneath there if it doesn't go there. So it depends on what fridge I get. The one I've got doesn't have a freezer section, so I might have to replace that one. Double cupboards there, sink above, kind of in line with the window, so that'd be quite nice. And then the sink and the washing machine can share a skin fitting and possibly a gulper. Don't know about that yet, but there's plenty of room for the sink underneath the cupboards, and then little kind of storagey area thing there. It appears as though the heat in the boat has shrunk all my tape. What I need to do now is turn my attention to the washing machine. I don't know if this works yet, so basically I need to test it. I also want to see how much water it consumes and how much energy it consumes in terms of power consumption. For me to do that, I need water and power. Right, here's the water tank. I need to do a couple of things for this. I need to get a connection on there. I think that's a 1/2-inch BSP, so I need to sort that out. I need a stopcock on it. And then I can fill the tank. I don't really want to move the boat though, because we're moving over the weekend. So I just got to somehow get enough water in there, but plenty, to give it enough pressure. Obviously I've got to put a pump on it as well. Right, I've put some PTFE tape on all of these connections here. I've got my tap on, my stopcock, and the water tank, as you can probably hear, is filling. Right, now the water tank is, well, it's got quite a bit of water in it. I've set up with a pump through a breaker from a car battery, so that's all kind of worked, and I've turned it on and it's all primed. I've got that going to the back of the washing machine, and I've got the outlet going into my diesel stove. Right, I've got no idea if this is going to work. If it does, I'll clean it up. But power-wise, I've just got, yeah, as I said, I've got no idea. All I know is it takes a lot of power to get it going when the clothes are dry and the water's just gone in. And I think it also takes a lot of power to obviously heat the water. I'm only going to put this on a kind of a lowest temperature one. This one here says cotton's 20, so I'll do that. It's got a sticker here saying A+++, but it doesn't relate. It doesn't say anything about whether it relates to energy or not. I bet it's not. It's Beko, so it's not exactly the world's finest make. So I've got no idea if this is going to work, blow up, or whatever. So let's find out. Oh, we need to put some of this in. Right. Now, that's all done, I need power. And another unknown is this. This is the All Powers S2000, which has got a continuous pure sine power of 2000 watts and a surge of 4000 watts. So, turn the AC on. So, I don't know. Let's see. Well, there's lights on it. What does that mean? 1200. All right, can I adjust the spin? There we go. I'll lower the spin to 600. Cotton's 20. That's on 96%, even though literally 2 seconds ago it was on 100%, and nothing's doing with it, but hey ho. Right, start. Pumps on. On. Oh, what's it doing? Oh, here we go. It's not spinning yet. That wiggles every now and then. Oh, there's something that's water coming out of that. I presume this is the bit where it's filling with water. This is a lithium-ion battery and not a lithium phosphate battery, so I'm also a little bit nervous about that exploding as much as I'm nervous about the Beko washing machine exploding. At the moment it's not doing anything. I don't know if any water's getting into it. Yeah, it is. I can hear that filling up. I don't know how much it bloody takes. I'll find out, because I guess it'll drain it all into this, and then I can measure that. This is empty. That seems like it's taking a lot of water. Right. Pumps off. It should be full. Here we go. It's spinning. Hey. Result. 160 watts at the minute. Okay. So when it starts to spin, it's only taking 180 out of that. That's nothing. I'm sure it's going to kind of do a bit more soon. This is brilliant. Bit more water. Spinning up again. Taking another 180 out of that. Well, where's the big surge? And in other news, it seems really quite quiet when it's running and spinning, and also it's not like shaking and vibrating itself across the boat, which I thought it might be, although that might do that later when it properly spins. I don't know. This has been running for about 25 minutes now. It's definitely working. It's taken out all the washing liquid from there. So yeah, seems to be tickety-boo. Right, so now I've been on for about an hour. It's only taking 20% out of that, or kind of 15% or something like that. Okay, it's been on for about an hour and a half. It looks like it's starting to drain. But worryingly, the colour of that liquid is almost black coming out of this. Whoa, yeah, that's pretty rough. And bear in mind, in a normal setting, that would be emitted into the canal. Right, yeah, it's definitely on its rinse and spin cycle now. Amazingly, it's only taken like 20% out of that. Oh, here we go, it's starting to go. Whoa, 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 it's got a wobble on now. Yeah, it's properly going some. But it's only taken out, well, it was only taken out 180 then. Obviously, I've only got on 600 RPM. I could have it on 1200 RPM, which I think I'll do on the next one as another test. But it's handling this no problem at all. The machine seems to be performing fine, but it's creating a rattle at the somewhere down here. But that could be anything really. But this is all going all right, except the colour of the emitted liquid is slightly shocking. Don't know what the fuss is about, to be honest. It seems to be consuming a lot of water. I don't know if it fills it up afterwards so that when you use it again, I don't know, it's already kind of primed, maybe. If so, moving it from here down to there is going to be fun. I've spent most of my evening staring at this thing going round and round. Whoa, that's at 200 now. Why was that? I wonder if it's heating it up. I mean, it's only 20, so barely. Yeah, see, this is now going at 200. 180, 190. And it's not spinning, so it must be heating the water at this point. That new water it just put in. 208. Yeah, that's what it must be doing, in which case we're nowhere near the bloody end of this cycle. I spend my whole evening doing this now. Right, it's now filling up again. I'm kind of learning how this thing's working. I'm guessing the first big fill does one kind of wash cycle bit, and then it drains it all, which is what that dirty rubbish is, and then it fills it again and gives it another wash. So then that's kind of what I'm thinking. But I'm also thinking now I might discard this stuff. That's about half full, right? And I think that is 20 litres. So we've got 10 litres of crap to chuck down the drain. I'm not going to put it in the cut. There's a drain outside the pub, so I'll pour it down there. And then see if the next load of water, which is filling up that now, is going to be kind of cleaner. Let's quickly do that. Here's the new batch coming in. Oh yeah, that is looking clearer. Yeah. Okay, that's better. Although, still a little bit grimbo. Oh, don't put more water into the bloody thing. How's that getting on? 74%. God, there's a lot of things to monitor going on in this thing. Oh my word. I think it's done. Yes. Yeah, it smells alright. Oh, that one's just dropped on the floor. What's gonna be? Oh, loads of stuffers. Right, 30% that took, and what's that? That's about 7 or 8 litres, so kind of less than 20 litres basically of water. But I don't know how much water's left in the machine. I could kind of drain it, I guess, to get a better gauge of it. But basically, a wash at that setting is 20 litres. That's kind of doable, but it's kind of, that works as well. I'm kind of surprised by that, because I thought the power drain was like a damn sight more. The most it went up to was like 300 watts. So next time I'm going to try it on a much kind of higher setting, or a bit of a higher setting, like 30 degrees on a 1200 spin or something. But that was a successful combo, and my first load of washing has been achieved on the boat. Now I've got the challenge of drying. If I'm honest, I'm a little bit surprised that's all worked. The machine works, that performed fine, apart from the fact that the water coming out of it is gross. But I'm going to do a few more cycles and see if it kind of cleans it out. The second load, that second 10 litres, was cleaner than the first 10 litres, so we'll see it keep going. But yeah, it's cool. Drying clothes on a narrowboat is the problem. Washing them, less so, but little and often is the advice I've been given, because otherwise, you know, in the summer it's all right, you can dry stuff outside, but in the winter, obviously you've got your stove, but there's not that much you can kind of cram into a saloon or something. But yeah, this is working all right. That All Powers S2000 worked all right as well. The solar panel's brilliant. 400 watt kind of folding solar panel is really, really good. And you know, look, the battery worked, but I guess, you know, being honest, it's not the best build quality. I can't seem to turn the thing off for love nor money. It's got a mind of its own when it comes to how much charge it seems to think it's got. So, but it worked. You know, only peaked at 3000. It took 30% out of it. So I guess, you know, capacity comes into it. So it's got 1500 watts capacity. So, you know, it could deal with more than what I put through it. But I'm just really amazed this has happened. So well, I'm well chuffed. I'll leave a link to the my affiliate link in the description of the video. So if you do want to get one, the main thing I say about it is it's cheap. Obviously it's lithium ion, it's not lithium phosphate, but it's still cheap. So if you do want a cheap battery, that's a good one to go for. Yeah, I'm just well chuffed this has worked. Right, hopefully this will be dry in the morning. Catch you then. Take care. Bye.